Hello. Okay, this is JC and Gracie in the background with Stevie hiding somewhere. Here's my whiteboard. Please excuse me, I've not done this before until now. I think you can see. Yes, you can. Okay, I'm going to start with this. So this is an oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. I have tried to match the book in colors. I have a proton, a neutron, and an electron, trying to show you the sizes of them. I'm going to start with this. Each atom has protons and neutrons in the center, and they're just sort of, are they stuck together, Gracie? Kind of technically, or they're just sort of hanging out in the middle? That's okay, you're fine, Gracie.
The protons and the neutrons are kind of stuck together in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So they're kind of stuck together in the middle. But hydrogen doesn't even have a neutron, does it? I think it's like pure hydrogen is just one proton.
Sometimes it has a neutron or two, but I think the most common one doesn't have a neutron.
That's right. Okay. So hydrogen has three versions of itself. One where it is literally one proton and an electron floating around. Then there's an isotope, which just, let me start all over. So there are three versions of hydrogen. There's hydrogen, there's deuterium, and then there is tritium. So an atom is the smallest, well, it's not really the smallest unit anymore because an electron would be the smallest unit inside an atom. But as far as an element that is at its base structure with properties that can actually do something, because an electron floating around by itself, it could do something, but another atom's going to be like, yo, I like you, electron, and you're just floating out there all by yourself. Boo, I got you. So atoms are going to always be trying to get electrons. An atom consists of, at the very least, a proton and an electron. So a proton plus an electron, that equals an atom. If you add more protons, you change the atom. So you have hydrogen. They call I thought I lost my marker. They call hydrogen they call it proton sometimes because it has only one proton. Hydrogen by itself has no neutrons. It just has a proton floating around in the middle and an electron floating around on the outside of it. Hydrogen in its next version of itself as an isotope has a proton and somehow it acquired a neutron. Then you have still an electron, only one, floating around. And then you have, and that's called, it's still hydrogen, but it has a new name because it's an isotope. So now it's called deuterium. Sorry, I keep forgetting the other E. Deuterium. And I bet you're wondering, well, what the hell is an isotope? An isotope is a version of an atom that has one more or one less neutron, or more than one less and more than one more. So one or more added neutrons, or one or more detracted neutrons, I apologize. I'm new at this, so I'm getting a little nervous. I do it more in person than I do on a video. So, the third version of hydrogen, or its second isotope, I don't know if you would consider its pure form an isotope, I'm not entirely sure, but is called just tritium, I'm assuming is how you pronounce it. Or some people might say tritium. I'm going to say tritium. Okay, so just remember, an atom is a proton plus an electron at its most basest form, which in our understanding of the universe is hydrogen. Hydrogen is one proton and one electron. That electron isn't exactly going around like an orbit like they used to think. Electrons, put all of this down. Electrons, they have discovered, are floating in a kind of like dashing about. They just don't know where they want to be. They're like, oh, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I think I like it over here. No. I think I like it over there. And so they're actually darting around in a fuzzy pattern all over the place. All around the proton and the neutron. They're very excited. These electrons, they just don't stop. They just can't hold still. They don't want to sit still. They're always moving. They can't make up their mind where they're supposed to be. But when another atom comes close to the first atom, it says, "Yo, I like your electron. I'm gonna try to rein it in. I'm gonna catch it." And so you have a hydrogen and another hydrogen happen to be near each other in the presence of an oxygen, and that oxygen really loves electrons. That oxygen says, "Whoa, I can get two of y'all. Oh, let me catch you. I'm gonna catch you." And the oxygen reins in these two hydrogen atoms by lassoing that electron from each of them. So I kind of am darting around here like an electron. I apologize.